Imagine, for just a moment, a sky that turns against us not with thunder or storm, but with a silent, unending cascade of ancient wanderers, all converging on our fragile blue world. In the quiet vastness of space, beyond the reach of our daily gaze, lies a ring of remnants from the solar system's birth, a belt of asteroids. Countless fragments of rock and metal, orbiting the sun like forgotten sentinels. These are the leftovers of creation, some as small as pebbles, others the size of mountains, drifting in a cosmic dance that has lasted for billions of years. But what if that dance shattered? What if every one of them, from the tiniest speck to the mightiest behemoth, broke free from their paths and hurtled toward Earth, all at once? The thought alone stirs a deep unease, a whisper of apocalypse that echoes through our collective imagination, blending the cold precision of science with the raw poetry of existence. Picture the prelude astronomers around the globe, peering through telescopes under starlit domes, noticing anomalies at first, subtle shifts in the asteroid belt's rhythm. Whispers spread through observatories, data streams lighting up screens with trajectories that defy logic. Governments convene in shadowed rooms, scientists debate in hurried tones, while the public remains blissfully unaware, going about their evenings under a sky that looks deceptively calm. Yet in the depths of space, the pull begins, an inexplicable force, perhaps a gravitational anomaly or a fictional alignment of fates, drawing these celestial nomads inward. One by one, then in clusters they accelerate, their surfaces glinting faintly in the sun's distant light, as if the universe itself has decided to rewrite our story. As the first harbingers approach, the atmosphere ignites with streaks of fire, meteors. We call them when they burn bright and brief. But this is no ordinary shower. The sky fills with a barrage of luminous trails, like 1,000 shooting stars granted in a single, terrifying wish. Cities awaken to alarms blaring, people stepping out onto balconies and rooftops, eyes wide with a mix of wonder and dread. The air hums with an otherworldly energy, the ground beneath feet seeming to tremble in anticipation. Scientists calculate the impossible. The combined mass of these invaders rivals that of small moons, their kinetic energy enough to reshape continents. Philosophically, it forces us to confront our place, not as masters of the planet, but as fleeting guests on a rock adrift in an indifferent void. Deeper into the chaos, the impacts commence. The smaller ones pepper the oceans first, sending plumes of steam skyward, waves surging like awakened giants toward distant shores. Imagine the roar, a symphony of thunderous booms echoing across hemispheres, the sea boiling in vast circles where molten rock meets water. Fish and marine life vanish in flashes of superheated vapor, ecosystems unraveling in moments. On land, forests ignite from the friction-heated air, flames leaping hungrily, as if the earth itself is shedding its skin. We feel the fear now, visceral and primal, hearts pounding in rhythm with the quakes that ripple outward. Yet amid the destruction, there's a strange beauty, auroras dancing unnaturally from ionized particles, painting the heavens in ethereal greens and purples, a final canvas of cosmic art. Now envision the larger strikes, colossi the size of cities, slamming into mountain ranges, vaporizing rock in explosions that dwarf our mightiest weapons. The Himalayas crumble like sand castles under a child's foot, dust clouds billowing to eclipse the sun. Air pressure waves circle the globe, shattering windows in far-off metropolises, while seismic shocks fracture the crust, awakening volcanoes long dormant. Lava flows mingle with the debris, creating rivers of fire that carve new scars across the landscape. Humanity huddles in bunkers or flees in futile caravans. Our technologies, failing as satellites, are shredded by the onslaught. In this maelstrom, philosophy emerges raw. What does it mean to be alive when the stars themselves conspire against us? Are we mere accidents of chemistry, or sparks of defiance in an uncaring expanse? The atmosphere thickens with ejecta, a global shroud blocking sunlight, plunging the world into an endless twilight. Temperatures plummet, ice creeping from poles toward equators, while acid rains scar the remnants of civilization. Survivors, if any, wander a transformed terrain, craters like gaping wounds, oceans altered in their very chemistry. Imagination takes hold here. Perhaps underground heavens preserve seeds of life, or evolved beings centuries hence unearth our ruins, pondering the cataclysm that birthed their world. Science tells us the energy released would rival the forces that forged planets, melting the mantle, reshaping gravity's hold. But emotionally, it's a mirror to our fragility, a reminder that our blue marble is not eternal, that every breath is borrowed from the cosmos. If moments like this make you wonder too, stay with us and subscribe to Simurail Stories. Shifting deeper, consider the aftermath's quiet horror, a silenced planet, where winds howl through empty valleys, carrying echoes of lost voices, no birdsong, no rustle of leaves, only the creak of cooling rock and the distant rumble of settling debris. Philosophically, this what-if probes our hubris. We've mapped genomes, split atoms, reached for other worlds. Yet one unified assault from the asteroid belt could erase it all. Awe mingles with realization how interconnected we are with the stars, born from the same stellar nurseries, destined perhaps to return to dust. Fear gives way to wonder in this hypothetical Armageddon. Do we find purpose? Does the thought of such unity in destruction inspire us to cherish the delicate balance we hold now? As the barrage peaks, the grandest asteroids arrive, titans like ancient gods descending. Their collisions vaporize oceans in entirety, sending shockwaves that crack the core. Magma erupting in fountains miles high. The planet wobbles on its axis, seasons dissolving into perpetual tumult. Sensory overload grips the mind, the acrid scent of sulfur, the blistering heat followed by bone-chilling cold, the deafening cacophony fading to an ominous hush. Imagination paints survivors' tales, whispered stories around flickering fires, of a sky that rained fire and a world reborn in shadow. Science underscores the improbability asteroids don't conspire, yet exploring this extreme unveils truths about impacts past, like the one that ended the dinosaurs, shaping life's resilient path. In the waning hours of this cosmic siege, as the last fragments embed themselves, Earth emerges altered, a scarred orb, its surface a mosaic of craters and fissures, atmospheres stripped thin. Life clings in pockets, perhaps microbial, waiting for ons to reclaim the surface. Reflectively, we ponder humanity's legacy, our art, our dreams, scattered to the winds or buried deep. Emotional contrasts peak from the initial curiosity that drew us to gaze upward through the awe of vast scales, the gripping fear of annihilation, to the profound realization of our interconnected fate. Wonder lingers, a quiet flame in facing such a what-if. We appreciate the miracle of our existence, a fragile thread in the universe's tapestry. And so, as the dust settles in this imagined cataclysm, one poetic truth endures: what if every asteroid hit Earth at once? It reveals not just the end, but the precious spark of now, urging us to look skyward not in dread, but in eternal, humbled reverence.